Alright guys, welcome to RC Mojo. This week we're on to bag K of the Tamiya Wrecker, the last bag of the kit before we start on all the custom work. There's not too many steps this time, and we will be skipping a few bits as we're just doing a dry build, but when we're done the truck should look a lot like a complete truck. As usual, when we're starting a new bag we're going to empty it out into a pudding pot so we can see what we're doing. There's not too many screws this time, but there are a few very small ones. Right, step 97, the tail light clusters. We need K19 and 20, the LED holders, T18 and 19, the rear covers, and if we were a bit further along we'd also need the lenses, but these are going to need a bit of gluing, so we're going to leave them for now. For screws, all we need are 4 M2x4s. Since we're fitting an MFC with all the lights, we're going to need some different LEDs. The ones included with the MFC won't fit the Wrecker's LED holders at the back. You could modify them by swapping out the LEDs, but you'd also find the wires are going to come up a bit short on the Wrecker. So we've got these ones instead. They're quite a bit longer and have the right size LEDs to fit. Each side needs 3 LEDs fitted, a reverse light, indicator and a tail light. The leads on the LEDs just need to be bent over so they fit under the cover. Be careful though, you only want to bend them just enough that they're going to fit when the cover goes on, so it'll hold them in place. As you fit the cover, make sure all the wires are out of the way and not being trapped, then fit the 2 screws. Repeat on the other side and they're ready to fit. Although, to keep the wires a bit more in check, I also put a zip tie around the wires where they split left and right. It'll make them a bit easier to feed through the back of the chassis. Step 98, the rear panels. We need 2 R2 light pods, an R5 and 6, the left and right LED holders, NN1 and 2, the rear panels, and if we were further along with the custom bits, we'd also need 2 FF2 lenses for the pods. For screws, there's 2 M2x10s, 4 M2x5s, and if we were fitting the lenses, we'd also need 4 1.2x5s. The pods fit to the panels the same way as the ones we fitted in the last video. We offer up a pod and LED holder over the slotted hole and fit one of the M2x10s. Just like the other ones, even though there's a LED holder, there's no hole for the wiring, so we're going to have to drill some holes when we get to it. Next we can offer up the tail lights to the panel. They fit with the M2x5s with the wiring towards the inside. For now it doesn't really matter, but the holes are big enough that there's a fair amount of wiggle room. When doing the final fit after paint, we're going to have to take a bit of care and time to get them nice and straight. Build up both the assemblies and they're ready to go. Step 99, fitting the panels. There's a few bits we're not going to be fitting just yet, the step plates and the number plate. Otherwise we're going to need 4 M3x6s and 2 M2x6s, plus the chassis and the panels. Now before we go bolting things on, we need to run some wires somewhere sensible, or at least make sure they're not going to get hung up in the lift mechanics. To make it easier, we're going to bundle up the connectors and wrap them up in some masking tape to keep them together. They all end up at the same place, so it's going to make it easier to thread them through. Now we can pull them right through the chassis so they're as out of the way as they can be. Then we offer up one of the panels and start fitting screws. At the top there's a single M2x6, then near the bottom there's the 2 M3x6s. Loosely fit all 3 before nipping them up. Same on the other side, and that's the panels fitted. That's not the end though. We'll need to tip the chassis over so we can see underneath and run the wires along the chassis, avoiding the moving parts and using a couple of zip ties just to make sure. The wiring's still a work in progress at this stage and is going to look entirely different before it's done, but for now this will do the job. Step 100, the front lights. If you're not going to fit any lights, you're still going to want to fit the LED mounts, plus Tamiya use an AA3, a fake LED, so the headlights look right from the outside. But we're of course going full MFC, so we've got a lot to deal with. We've got N9 and 10, the chrome buckets, T4 and 5, the upper holders, T2 and 3, the lower holders. Then for LEDs we have indicators, headlights, main beams and fog lights. And for the screws there's 6 2x6 self-tappers. Now something I've not really covered in much detail, choosing LEDs is a bit of a pain. In the Wrecker manual it tells us the headlights are J13, which is all well and good, but it doesn't help us when the LEDs aren't marked. We have to go and refer to the MFC manual to work out which wire colours we need. Now this only becomes more complicated when you come across the bits that depend on whether you're using an MFC 01 or an MFC 03. So this bit says, separately sold white 3mm LED is required when using J14 on MFC 01. When using J17 on MFC 03, employ included J18 LED, which is really useful. I'm sure they could have worked out some way of making it a little bit clearer. Anyway, to fit the LEDs we need to slide the wires into the slots in the mounts, then pull them through so the base of the LED is on the surface of the mount. Then we offer the LEDs up to the buckets and we can thread in the screws, 2 for the upper mounts and a single one at the bottom. Fit all 8 LEDs and the 2 mounts and we're left with a bit of a mess. We're going to wait until the light clusters are fitted to the bumper before we try and tame the wires though, just so we know how much excess we have to play with. Step 101, the front bumper. On this one there's a couple of step plates that we're not going to fit just yet, otherwise everything else can go together. So we need H5 and 6, the side bits, H7, the bumper, 2 M2x4s, 4 2x8 self-tappers, 4 2x6 self-tappers, 4 2mm washers, and lastly AA10 and 11, the headlight lenses. Now to fit the lights, all we do is drop one of the lenses into the bumper and follow it in with a light cluster. Now Tamiya do suggest gluing in the lenses, but I think they're going to stay put just fine as is, and adding glue just risks getting smears where you don't want them. The cluster now gets a 2x4 at the top and 2 2x6s at the bottom. Gently knit them up, do the same on the other side, and that's the lights in. Next we have the side bits where we run into a minor clearance issue. The flanges on the side bits interfere with the wires on the LEDs, so we're going to need to carefully bend the legs so it all fits. Now we can thread in the 2x10s with the washers on the outermost holes. Just a turn or so we can slot the side bits in. Then we go and tighten up the rest of the way, making sure the washers are under the screw heads. Same goes on the other side, and we have an almost complete bumper. Now we can see just how much excess wire we have. We can use a bit of heat shrink to bring them all together, making it all nice and neat. We don't want to pull them too tight as we're going to need a bit of play so we can fit the bumper to the chassis and make sure the wires don't get pinched. Step 102, the grille. Now this one we're fitting everything except the indicator repeaters as they get glued on. So we're going to need N15 and N8, the grille inserts, K7 and 8, the little tabs that go above the grille, and when we get to it we'll need H4, the number plate. For screws there's 4 1.2 by 2.5mm, 2 M2x5s, 4 2x8 self-tappers, 2 2x6 self-tappers, and of course we need a metal grille. First we'll fit the inserts. They offer up to the front of the bumper panel and get attached with the 2x8s. There's a little bit of movement to them, so until the grille goes on I'm going to leave them slightly loose so we can line everything up. Next we offer the grille up to the front and thread in the tiny screws with the tiny screwdriver. Just like the ones we fitted a while ago, we need to be extremely careful with them. Partly because they're quite easy to lose, and partly because the threads are extremely easy to strip. Once painted, there's a bit more for them to bite into, but you still need to be very, very careful. Once they're all in, you can finish tightening up the screws on the inserts. Then we have the tabs which offer up to the gaps at the top of the grille and get attached with the 2x6s. The holes are keyed so they only go one way round. The last thing to fit is the number plate. Useful to fit now as it covers up the tab at the bottom of the grille, making sure it's not going to get caught in anything pulling the grille from the bumper. The plate just goes in from the front and we use the two M2x5s to attach. Step 103, the last step, fitting the bumper. We've got mirrors, horns and antennas on this one, all of which get glued on, so we're going to skip those for now. What we can do is fit the bumper itself. So all we need are the two M3x6s. Now if you don't have an MFC, you just offer the bumper up to the chassis and screw in the two screws. But we've got a bit of wiring to deal with. So we'll need to remove the cab so we can thread the wires through and tie them up. Tamiya have provided a nice set of holes to run the wires up through, and there's a pair of bobbins that we can wrap the wires around. Make them neat, add a zip tie, and all that's left to do is hook them up to the MFC. Now I'm not going to spend too much time tidying up the wiring at this stage, as most of it's going to end up being replaced. Right, now we can pop the cab back on, install its two screws, line the bumper up with a mounting plate, making sure the wires don't get pinched, then we install the two screws. And well, that's it. That's the dry build complete. Now as we do all the mods and accessorize, we can test fit as we go, making sure everything fits before committing to paint and glue. To put things into perspective, so far we've been through 429 video clips. There's still 218 to go, plus there's still more to record. The future videos might be a bit less structured as there's no manual, and I was recording as I was doing bits of custom work here and there. Once or twice the plans changed a bit along the way too. The question now is, do we start the custom work next week in the videos, or should we break things up a bit and put together the Tamiya Sand Scorcher? Answers on a postcard, or of course you can just leave a comment. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, like if you like, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment if there's something on your mind. Bye guys!